what's it called? I prioritized my, okay, so this, I'm gonna say this quick short story, alright? In spring 2017, Tennessee State put up the production of For Colored Girls, for those who have considered suicide when the rainbow is enough. And you know, you guys know my major's theater, so I auditioned, and the auditions went on for like a very long time. It was a very long process. Along with auditioning and going out for the part, he also wanted our class and work schedule. Now at the time, it was my first year being off campus. I had moved off campus. I was working at Chipotle, and I had a set schedule that I could not break, you know, if I wanted to pay rent on time. And I had to choose, I really had to choose between my theater, you know, like the theater schedule, and then my work schedule. Because it's not like I couldn't have changed my schedule, but it was just kind of like I needed to keep those hours. I gave the director my work schedule, and sadly for me, you know, I ended up getting the understudy of one of the ladies. You know, of course, like it hurt a little bit, but after talking to the professor one-on-one, he was like, you know, you were supposed to have that role. Like, that was your role. Like, this was your show. You were supposed to be in this show. But your work schedule, it did not work hand in hand with the production schedule. And so I had to make a decision as director what was going to be best for the show. Crazy, because before, you know, I was letting him know, like, I'm committed. I will come after work, I'll come before work, I will do extra time, like I'll do whatever I need to do. But you know, in the theater world, and especially like when you start your career, like you can't have the best of both worlds. You've got to come to a decision. So that I didn't get the role, but I actually ended up playing the sound for the show. That was the first domino that fell, that made me fall in love with the production side of theater. Like, it was like the weirdest thing. Like I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Like I kind of like being behind the scenes, you know, like it was really cool. And then that led to me stage managing one of the student directing plays that was also happening that semester. I loved that even more than I did running sound. I was like, ooh, this stage management thing, this is kind of cool. Like, this is like crack for my OCD. Like, this is perfect. Said all that to say, I said that story to say that I prioritized more. I had to make a decision. Because I prioritized and I knew my responsibilities, it led into me falling in love with something else. It made me open my eyes to like a bigger like scale, like a bigger picture. So that was the story behind prioritizing. I became more creative, and that is true. That is when my EP Mayday dropped. I was writing more, I was into my music, I was into writing about my experiences and whatnot. So I became more creative and artistic in that sense. And after I became Loc, this is the final thing that I have on my notes for the first year Locsversary. After I became Locked, I said dropping folks like leaves in the fall. Ooh, boy. Hey, yo, I'm funny. This is some real stuff, and I have a story for this, but I'm going to say that story in another video because I have a, like I said, I have lots to talk about. So I'm gonna save that story for like a triple D. What is triple D? You'll find out soon. Okay, but no, yeah, I was dropping folks. Like, I was just so fed up. Like, I felt like people were trying me. I felt like I had grown too much. I was grounded in myself too much. Like, I just felt like I was so above the immaturity and the ignorance that was being thrown my way that I did not have to take the bullshit that was being curved at me. So I cut some folks off. folks that I thought that I was going to be friends with for life. Like, we clicked right off the bat, you know, like we're in the same major, we have the same sign, we're both vegan, we want to lock our hair, oh you Afrocentric like me, sis. Like, it was like a lot of people were just showing me their true colors, I guess, at the time, and I wasn't having it. So yeah, I had to like cut a couple of folks off, you know, hi, bye. More grounded / stable in my wants / needs. What I wanted and what I needed, two different things. Of course, I wanted people to look at me a certain type of way. I wanted there to be a certain type of title that I wanted to uphold. I wanted a lot of things that just fed my ego, but not my soul. And what I needed was patience, and I needed time. And I needed like-minded individuals who understood that. After becoming locked, it just all became so clear. Like, it was just all crystal clear about what Daisy needed to do in order to be where I wanted to be and to be who I wanted to be. I became more independent, patient as fuck. Yes, I'm actually reading, like, these are actual notes. Like, I literally wrote, like, oh, I mean, you can't really see. More grounded as a leader, and in parentheses I have story of never having a leadership role. All right, so I'm gonna tell this quick story because I have it here, so I need to relate it through my future self from the past. Okay, I've never had a leadership role. I am leadership material. I believe that I am a leader, not a follower. That's what my mom always used to tell me as a child. Be a leader, not a follower. I definitely know that I have the characteristics and the drive and the mindset to become a leader. But I've never had a leadership role. I think it stems and it's rooted into me caring too much and me just being so fucking emotional sometimes. In high school, I wanted to be captain of my step team, or even step master, just some type of like leadership like position, right? And the coach of the team, we lived in the same area, so she always used to drop me off home sometimes. And I remember her telling me on the car ride home that she was like, Brianna, like, I think you can totally be captain, like, you can totally be it, like, you know, but you're just too nice. I feel like people will just walk all over you. Boy, oh boy, let me tell you how many times I've been told that I was too nice. And I'm just like, what, bruh? Like, what? Like, it really used to hurt my feelings. Cause I'm just like, do you want me to be a bitch? Like, I can be petty, y'all. I can go there. I just choose not to, cause it's just like I have a chill demeanor about myself. And I think that a lot of the times my niceness gets confused for weakness. And then I think that's where it comes to play. So I've never had a leadership role. Going into fall of 2017, I was given two opportunities to be a leader. I can strongly say that like I've grown past then, and I can definitely see some of the faults that I did as far as on my part. Once again, trying to please everybody, not really being firm in my beliefs and my how I felt. That's what that means. Becoming more grounded as a leader, just knowing that I had to do certain things to ensure that things would run smoothly. Yeah. Care way, I put all these A's, less about opinions and more about future plans. Oh, yes. Oh, I have a story to tell y'all about that too, bruh. Somebody came at me and tried to come at me as a person because of how I choose to live my life. And it was just so... But how I handled the situation, that's when I knew. That's when I knew I had grown. And that's when I knew that I didn't care about what other people had to say. And it's because of these. It's because of my lock journey right here. Because like walking around and having to come face to face with people's perception of you or their judgment of you because you out here trying to like do you, bruh. I feel like by dealing with the shit of locking my hair, it prepared me for the shit that I got thrown at in life. It's like this. Everybody got their opinion, right? And I love like hearing opinions. Like you can tell me your opinion, please tell me that, right? But after you say it, it's over. Like I'm not gonna change. You're not gonna change. So what's the point of keep telling me that you don't like something or that you don't accept something or you don't see how this is gonna work or how can we do that? Like what's the point of doing that? Like let's focus on the future. There's bigger problems out here than this, than me locking my hair.